Hi guys, I'm Varrox and welcome to another League of Legends video. So I've been playing this game for quite a while now, since season 2, and I always get bored playing the same build and the same champions. So if you like me or just want to see something funny or just want to try it out for yourself for no reason, then you came to the right place. This video is for you, and without any more interruption I would like to welcome you to Varrox's off meta guide Vroom Vroom Warwick.
So as you've seen in the montage before, this build plays around a long range ult that surprises and catches the enemy team off guard. Let's get started. The basics of this build are really simple. You pick Warwick, Luna or Grandma skins are not necessary but they add a lot. You build movement speed, a lot of movement speed, and you play around your ulti. The build I use is as follows. For summoner spells I like Ghost and Smite, but it's a bit risky, so if you're unsure you can also go with Flash instead of Ghost, it will work just fine. For runes, I take Domination as primary rune and I go with Predator for obvious reasons, Taste of Blood for the early sustain, Eyeball Collection for the damage, although you can pretty much take every one in this row, and to close it up, Relentless Hunter for the movement speed.
Secondary rune, I take Sorcery and pick Celerity and Water Walking for the movement speed, a recurring trend.
For stats, I take attack speed for the clear, damage and armor, though it can change depending on who you are facing. Now for items. First, I start with Hunter's Machete and Rejuvenation Bead. I try to have enough gold for Tiamat first back, cause it really helps your early clear. Boots on the first back is also very important for the Predator activate. Then, depending on how far ahead I am, I change my build. If I'm not far ahead, I go for Blue Smite with Cinderhulk enhancement. But if I'm ahead and so is my team, I skip jungle item completely and go straight for either Dead Man's Plate or Righteous Glory. Regardless of which path I took, once I finish my first item, I want to have my Moby Boots, so buy them somewhere during this time. Once I finish the first item, I build the second, Dead Man's Plate or Righteous Glory. And then your core build is complete. At this point you can kinda swing it with whatever you like. Personally, I like Yomu's Ghost Blade, but honestly every movement speed item will do the trick. Shurelia's is really good one as well. If you can ask your teammates to buy it, it's also great.
Now this is the way I use everything.
First, I use my W if they are not below 50% health, then Predator Boots, and when I get closer I use Ghost, Righteous Glory and all other actives I have. If I jump into a lot of enemies, I first use my E and then R, so I'll fear them away from me while I land. If it's a single target or someone who won't interrupt me, I save my E for after the ult. Good synergies for this build if you're playing with friends are champions that can buff your movement speed, like Karma or Zillion, and champions that can easily follow your engage, like Orianna, because you're a great way of putting her ball in the middle of the enemy team. While playing this, it is easy to get carried away and do crazy ults that look good but are useless, or even worse, putting you in the middle of the enemy team alone, like I did. So like you wouldn't take a listen Q just because you hit it, don't R in just because you can and just because you're fast. Gameplan. You can start red and blue side and play the same. You will be trying to farm hard to 6 regardless. Just know that you are pretty mana dependent early levels, so make sure if you start red you don't waste too much time and mana until you do blue buff. Being Warwick and the fact that Drake got weaker early levels means that while you have a blue buff and few levels in your queue, you can try to sneak a drag away. Just make sure that the enemy team doesn't have vision. Control ward is better than the plant because the plant might reveal to the enemy that you're doing it. Also make sure that you have your bot and mid pushing in case you'll need help to make sure you don't get caught by a random roam. Once you get 6 is when the game starts to be fun. Use your Predator and R combination every time you have it to gank people. The faster you are, the longer the range of your R is, therefore the harder it is for the enemy team to see you and to dodge your R. Try to snowball the game early and close it soon, cause this build does fall off. If for some reason you can't do it, abuse the drag control you have and try to get early 4 Drakes into an Elder buff, which is really strong at this moment. The highlights of this build are, number 1 and most importantly, it's fun. Real fun. I played it a lot and I am enjoying it every single time regardless if I win or lose. Number 2. Early game is good once you get your R, and your drag control is pretty good being able to solo it early. Number 3. When you have your items and you're really fast, your range on the R gets bigger, but also you travel it faster, making it harder to dodge and you catch people off guard and really snowball the game for your team. The drawbacks of these builds are, number 1, you're not as tanky as Tank Warwick nor as strong as Damage Warwick, and because you don't run Press of the Attack or even Conqueror, you can't really 1v1 strong early junglers such as Olaf or Lee Sin. Number 2, your ult is everything. You miss it and a lot of your impact goes away. You are not useless cause you still have your E and you can heal with your Q, but the amount of impact you have goes down drastically. Number 3, it's not that viable and you do depend on your teammates a lot. Number 4, because you usually will take Ghost instead of Flash, you can get punished for that being invaded early levels and you don't have much to do in ways to escape it. Now, this is a bit of an off-meta build, so I do not recommend playing it in rank, or at least not without trying it a couple of times before and getting the hang of it. So this is it, this is the end of the guide. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you try it out yourself, let me know how it went in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, share it with your friends, and let me know if you want to see another video like that. Maybe have a suggestion on what kind of off-meta build I can try. I also stream on Twitch, so you can come follow me and hang out with me there while I do stupid stuff like this at twitch.tv/Vivax5. Links will be in the description below, along with links to my social media.
I hope you enjoyed this video and you keep having fun with your games. I'll see you in the next video, but for now, I'm out.